Hey guys, how you doing today? Today's video is titled The Spiritual Circle Sustained by Christ, Strengthened by Faith. Spiritual Circle Sustained by Christ, Strengthened by Faith. Everything that you see, every breath, every sunrise, every detail of life belongs to God. The universe itself moves within its divine circle. That's a spiritual circle. That's where everything exists through Him, for Him, and is sustained by Him. You, right now, that's watching this video, you're not outside of it. You are a part of the divine order, the one that God has set in motion. This divine order is held together by the power of Jesus Christ. This is the mystery of life's circle. Everything begins and ends with God. That's why we are forewarned to walk wisely, to make right choices, to guard our hearts, and to keep the right path and the right people within our circles. Because who you allow close to you can either align you with God's purpose, or they can pull you out of His divine flow. They can pull you out of His divine hands. The structure, the blueprint, the pattern, what God has already divinely put into order for your life. We, as children of God, saints or sinners, we're called to live with an awareness. And that awareness begins with you choosing peace over pride, having faith over the fear, and truth over comfort. Because, see, some of us seem to want to live our lives through the easy path. We want everything to flow right, and we want everything that we want to come easy. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you have to be aware that there is a spiritual circle that you are a part of, because you're walking and breathing spiritual part of God's plan. You are part of the creation of God. See, the spiritual circle isn't just about you knowing that everything belongs to God. It's about you living like it does. It's about you living that you belong to a higher power, a sovereign God, a God of power. You are part of everything that God creates. You are part of the energy of this universe. You and I are both part of His creation. Every fiber of your being was spoken into existence by His word. Our Father who art in heaven, He is always with us. Every second, every hour of the day, as long as you have breath going through your lungs. Even if you are not always with Him, but He is an assurance that He is part of your breath, every breath that you take. is you breathing and calling out his name. Now, in this spiritual circle, I want to let you know that nothing exists apart from God. Every creation, every atom, every moment finds its purpose. No matter if you don't know your purpose, God has already laid that out. Now, for some reason in your walk in life, you have lost that direction. I myself was in the darkness. I always knew that I was a part of God's creation, but I surrendered myself to the dark world. Now, when I say to the dark world, if you have sinned, you have surrendered yourself to the dark world. If you're in uncertainty, you have surrendered yourself to the dark world. If you decide to feel that you have the power, that it is through your ability and your capability that you wake up every day, you're living a life of lies and false truth. In Colossians 1, verse 16 through 17, the NIV portion, it says, "For in him all things were created, things in heaven and on earth, visible and invisible. All things been created through him for him. He is before all things, and in him all things hold together." This means that your life, even in the smallest details, is sustained by Christ. He is not limited by the temples, the altars, the buildings that you enter or you worship in. That's not where it stops, nor is it where it begins. Every small detail is sustained by the Son of the living God. His presence can't be contained within four walls. His presence can't be contained by the power that you seek or by we all search for more about life. And in truth, what you're searching for is sustained by Christ. That's why God gave his son, his only begotten son, to the cross, sacrificed for us. In Acts 7, verse 48 to 49, again in the NIV, it reminds us that the Most High does not live in a house made by human hands. Heaven is your throne, and earth is your footstool. Wherever faith stands, his power flows. If you're unable to enter into four walls, let me tell you, sitting at home, finding deep within you that you are one with God is where your faith stands. That's the beginning of it. See, the strength that upholds the star is the same power that strengthens your heart when you believe, when you truly believe. Faith connects you to that divine circle, aligning your spirit with heaven's order. The power of Jesus Christ is not limited to where you worship. It is revealed through how you live, how you love, and how you are able to walk in obedience. Jesus is the perfect and only example of divine dominion, not by face, nor by love. He didn't react to hatred with hatred. He overcome darkness with his mercy. He did not run from suffering. He turned it into the very path of redemption, giving you the opportunity an open call for you to know his power and his strength, that power and that strength can reside in you. That is the spiritual circle. You got to understand, the cross that Jesus sustained, it wasn't defeat. It was victory through surrender. How do I know? The word tells us in 1 Peter 2, verse 23, and it says, when they hurled their insults at me, he did not retaliate. When he suffered, he made no threats. Instead, he entrusted himself to him who judged justly. This is the heart of the spiritual circle. Everything begins in God, and everything returns to him purified through love, through your faith, through your surrender. Another scripture that is strong for us to believe that the spiritual circle and everything in our lives and every fiber and everything that we endure, everything that we walk through, even as simple as being doubtful which step to go, how to walk. In Mark 4, verse 35 to verse 41, it says that one evening Jesus and his disciples were in a boat when a fierce storm arose. Waves were crashing, the winds were howling, and fear filled their hearts. But Jesus was asleep. And when they woke him, he stood, he spoke to the storm, and he said, "Peace, be still." And immediately the winds and the waves obeyed him. The disciples were amazed, asking, "Who is this that even the winds and the sea obey?" In that moment, that very moment, Jesus showed that his dominion reaches every corner of creation. Not just the temple, not just the altar, but even the storm itself. So whatever you may be enduring, whatever cycles and whatever life is throwing at you, whatever journey that you are going through right now, I say to you that the power of the one who sustains all things, even the storm, the center of the spiritual circle, that center is inside of you. That center gives you the authority and the power to calm the storms, calm the disaster, bring peace into your life, because you are part of something that no one can define, can understand. Even those that come against you are part of this beautiful power. So remember this. You are not outside of God's circle, regardless of the steps that you have taken, the decisions that you made. You may have entered into something to experience greater power and greater protection. And all the time, that protection is within you. You are breathing, walking protection. You are held within that protection. You're guided, you're sustained by his power, his love, and the mercy that carries you. Listen, everything in your life has a purpose. Every season, every struggle, every silence is being worked together for his glory. It's not all about you. It's not all about the enemy. It's not all about the mistakes. It's not all about the evil one. The evil one has no power. It is the weakness within you that gives the evil one opportunity to enter into that force field. There is something greater and deeper inside of you that can control every step that you take in your life. The same Christ who calmed the storm reigns over every details of your existence. No matter if it seems like you cannot see a way right now, it's because you have not brought that power close to you so that you can walk in it. They may define and try to describe, your weirdness or whatever it is. If you are truly sustaining this spiritual circle, you must let God lead you and let Christ hover over you and tell you what it is to do, when to do. His power is not confined to buildings and rituals, let me say to you. His power, it flows through the heart of the one that believes, the one that trusts, the one who surrenders fully. You're not surrounded by defeat, so don't give up. Don't have doubt. You're surrounded by divine power. You walk steady in his name. You walk by his power and the blood that Jesus shed for you. Jesus is the one who holds the entire circle of creation in his hands. He holds everything that you are encountering, that you are going through, that you don't understand because you want to hold on to create. You want to hold on to control. Everything belongs to him. Everything is sustained by him. Everything is strengthened through faith. And he reigns forever. So I'm saying this to you is that no matter what you're going through right now, if you allow Jesus to step in, he will most definitely win for you. He will calm the storm. He will bring you clarity, and he will put you in a different path. But if you want to stand in your own war, in your own battles, and think that you can control it, you have no access to it. Yes, there is a dark field out there, but let me tell you, the same Christ who stood in that boat and calmed everything is the same one that will calm whatever comes at you in your life. But you have to allow him. You have to take authority. The authority that he has given unto you to trample on serpents and scorpions. That is the authority that changes your life, that will save your life, and that will defend the battle, the attacks, the manipulation, the jealousy, the word curses, whatever it is that you're going. If it's a sickness, give it to him because he is the Almighty Jehovah Rapha. If it is a mind control and you can't understand who to listen to, what wind, let me tell you, surrender it to him because he is the only one that directs the winds. Don't believe the hypes because the same people who are coming against you are trying to find that power. Now, if you're watching this, you are probably one of the anointed ones. You are probably have put your life in a direction or in his hands. And that's what they're fighting you for. They're fighting you for that force field that is within you. They notice that they have no access. You are in that spiritual circle. You are held. You are guarded. There is a wall of fire around you. Everybody wants to come near. Everybody wants a piece of that fire. They don't know how to do it. And the easy access is to only surrender themselves to Christ, repent, change their ways, and they will find the flow. So don't give up. I know it looks hard. It looks like everything's coming at you. You're experiencing a lot of darkness, but stand in your spiritual circle. Stand in the truth of Christ and believe that he will win this battle for you because the battle is not yours. You are created. You are held. You are favored. You are loved. God calls you his child, and he hasn't left you broken or missing anything. So you think that you made it through all of this, that he's going to give up on you? Even if you decide to give up on him, if he has a purpose for you, he will still tug on you to bring you back. Believe in your spiritual circle. Believe who you are and whose you belong to. I love you with the love of Christ. And I pray to see you in the next video. And I'm telling you to stand and speak and invite Jesus into your life so that he can monitor and he can maneuver everything that you are enduring. I know it's not easy, but you have to get to a place where you say that I belong to something that is greater than what I am enduring. That battle is not mine. It's the battle belongs to the Lord. I love you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.